Okay, you got your own vlog going on here.
Yep.
Vlog going on here. Like, subscribe, and comment. That's right.
Hi, this is Allie Catch, and you're watching Cool TV.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's IXLJ, the OG, and it is time to rumble, baby. It is time for the Royal Rumble. So welcome to our 2025 Royal Rumble prediction show. Of course, I'm joined by my partner in crime, my brother from another mother, hailing from Indianapolis, Indiana, because that's where the Rumble is this year, baby. On Mr. B. Well, actually, we're not really from Indy, but we're close enough, right?
We're close enough. I mean, we are absolutely close enough. I thought about making a joke about us being the burbs of Indy, but with as much as Indianapolis is expanding, you never know. We could eventually become a suburb of Indy, but yes, it is just a hop, skip, jumping away from us in our backyard, so to say.
Hey, 45 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, then that's without traffic. But if you're gonna fight traffic, you're probably looking at a good hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. Who knows?
It depends, brother. Anyways, we're not talking about traffic in Indianapolis. So no. We are talking the Royal Rumble. And this is easily one of the biggest shows of the year. And we are so happy to be the host city this year. It's so cool that Indianapolis is getting their first ever Royal Rumble. And I mean, how apropos, because this may be the biggest Royal Rumble of all time. Already WWE reporting that this is already going to be the largest gate for any Royal Rumble. Already at least 65,000 plus will be on hand at Lucas Oil Stadium. And, we're going to be there. Cole TV is going to be there. Of course, check out our vlog on that next week. But, as always here on Cole TV, we got to do a prediction show. And that's what we're doing here. This is a Royal Rumble prediction show. So that being said, let's just get right into it and talk about the Royal Rumble. Let me ask you this. Let's take the Indianapolis factor out of it. Would you still be as excited for this Royal Rumble?
I think so, because this for all intents and purposes, this one has a lot going for it. One, it is extremely loaded already. Like you have major main event players like in each match. You have the added element of this is John Cena's last Royal Rumble. You have the element of this is the first Rumble since Roman hasn't been champion. Like Roman's going to be in this Rumble.
Yeah, it's just crazy to think because Roman, it's been probably 5 years or something since Roman's been in a Rumble match, and you factor all that you said into it. You factor into the fact that CM Punk is there, a heavy favorite. CM Punk is on a huge roll right now. I mean, right there, that's 3 names there that is like literally first ballot Hall of Famers.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look on the women's side of things, and you've got, a returning Charlotte Flair. You've got Bianca Belair. You've got Liv Morgan, just to name a few. And we're going to do a deep dive on that, but it's just showing you how exciting this Royal Rumble is. And granted, there's only 4 matches on the show, but honestly, that's all you need, man, especially the fact that we're getting not 1, but 2 Royal Rumble matches themselves. But let's get right into it and talk about the entire show. And, of course, Just announced recently, we are getting the tag team championships are going to be up for grabs as DIY puts them up against former champions, the Motor City Machine Guns. But this isn't just any normal match, Mr. B-Roll. This is a 2 out of 3 falls match. And it's cool if you look back at the history of the Royal Rumble. The very first Royal Rumble show, actually, on USA Network all the way back in 1988. That show actually closed out with a 2 out of 3 falls matchup, a tag team matchup. So go figure. Here we are, 2025, and we're getting a 2 out of 3 falls matchup for these tag titles. You are the tag team aficionado. You love your tag team wrestling. Tell me, how excited are you about this matchup?
Honestly, probably the match I'm most excited about on the card, honestly, even more so than the Rumbles, just because this is 2 of the best tag teams in the business right now. I mean, shoot, I really don't know. Have they met before? I mean, definitely not on this scale, but
I don't think they've ever met in a 2 out of 3 falls match, but I mean,
this is I'm extremely hyped for this match, honestly. Like, I just fully expect this to be a tag team wrestling clinic is the best way I can describe it. But now here comes the challenging part, right? Like, it's a prediction show, so you have to predict who's going to win. I don't know.
We got to pick somebody, though. Like DIY just recently, well, we say recently, what was it, a month or 2 ago, if that, won those tag team championships. So, but I think also too, this is the Guns' kind of first match or rematch for the championships that they lost. So, I mean, I don't know. The fact that it's 2 out of 3 falls is what makes it all the more exciting, and just like scratching your head with like, who's going to win this one? I mean, it could literally go any way. I think my heart is with the Machine Guns, but I think with what we're doing with DIY, we're just getting started. Just with this new heel change for both Ciampa and Gargano. I mean, if they drop the belts, it could add more to that story. But at the end of the day, I just got a feeling I think DIY retains is my prediction.
I keep going back and forth on this. It's like it's so split down the middle because both teams are so good. And I'm largely trying to think of the sense of, okay, what makes the most sense for which tag team to be going in to WrestleMania as tag team champions. Yeah, I'm gonna listen to my heart here. I'm gonna say Motor City Machine Guns.
They aren't too far from home, about 5 hours from Detroit. So I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of Motor City Machine Gun fans in the crowd in Lucas Oil Stadium for sure. But
I won't be shocked if DIY retains. I won't be shocked.
No, not in the least bit. But I mean, this in a loaded card, a card with like these mega Royal Rumble matches. You're absolutely right. I mean, this match could steal the show. That's how good these two teams are. So it's going to be an exciting matchup. It's a great addition to the Royal Rumble pay-per-view itself, and also I forget the statistic, but I think it's 2019, I think, was the last time the tag team titles were defended at a Royal Rumble. So a pretty big drought there, but it's great to see. a spotlight on the tag team division because these two teams are killing it right now. And don't forget, B-Roll, this matchup is brought to you by TurboTax.
Yeah, they got to get that in there because it's like, hey, everybody, your taxes are going to be due soon. Better get your taxes done.
That's right. Otherwise, IRS is going to come get you. So, well, that's not the only individual matchup for a championship we have at the Rumble, of course. This has been building for a long time. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens for the undisputed WWE Championship. As you can see, KO still walking around with that beautiful winged eagle from the first Saturday night's main event back in December. This one's been building for a long time, and now they will meet in a ladder match at the Royal Rumble. I find it interesting on this too because if I'm right here, I think since Cody's been back in the WWE, I don't think he's ever competed he hasn't competed in a ladder match since since the American the American Nightmare return. KO, of course, has competed in some over the years. Also, rich history for ladder matches in the Royal Rumble. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this all goes down because, I mean, they've told a pretty good story so far. It's easily probably Cody's best story he's told so far as champion. And from what we saw this past Monday night on Raw, B-roll, it looks like Cody's starting to crack a little bit. He's got everybody gunning him. I mean, we obviously saw him in Punk with their confrontation. Hell, at the end of Monday Night Raw, after the cameras went off, Carmelo Hayes came out and jumped Cody Rhodes. Like, everybody in that Royal Rumble matchup is gunning for the American Nightmare. So my question to you is this. Do you think Cody will be able to focus on this matchup, or you think he's already looking ahead, thinking about who's going to be gunning for him come WrestleMania season?
I do think so. Like you, I have enjoyed this feud. I do think though that Cody will retain. Yeah, really, if you think it's probably the last time we saw him in a ladder match was him and Sammy Guevara in AEW.
Yeah, I think it was, and that was a tremendous ladder match. But also, too, we got to look at it this way: completely different style of competitors with Sammy Guevara versus a KO. But
exactly. I mean, my money's on Cody though, and that's I feel like if we were putting the title on KO, I feel like it already would have happened by now, because you've had that chance. I would fully expect for Cody to retain here. I'm sorry, I just can't get it out of my head. I saw this meme, and it was Sean, of course, with the winged eagle in that infamous picture, right? And it showed Kevin Owens kissing the belt.
yeah,
I'd be careful where you kiss that or something. Like,
yeah,
yeah, it's stuck in my head. But I mean, I'm excited for this match. I think it will be exciting. But I would expect Cody to retain. I honestly, I think I'd be a little shocked if Kevin Owens won here.
Well, let me say this. I'm in agreement. I think Cody is definitely retaining and walking out with the championship gold this coming Saturday. But I think if ever there was another side of the argument and you say, oh, no, I think KO is going to walk out, I don't think there's as many people who would argue with that. because I feel like it's just like, you know what, they're right. He could possibly walk if anybody. And you got to think about this, since Cody has been champion. I don't think anybody's even come as close as KO has to dethroning him.
Agreed.
So that all being said, I still think at the end of the day, the American Nightmare retains his championship. We're going into WrestleMania season. He's going to be one of the biggest draws, likely to be in the WrestleMania main event. So I can't see Cody losing. Maybe if this was after all this, maybe this match take place at like a SummerSlam or something. But nah, we're too far deep into the WrestleMania season, I think, on this one. But nonetheless, it's going to be an impressive matchup. But let's talk about the Royal Rumble matchups. Of course, we have the men's and the women's, and of course, the women's Royal Rumble match is brought to you by Slim Jim. Snap into a Slim Jim. Oh, I wish I could get paid for that. But anyways, so first off, do we officially have a list of competitors announced for this so far?
Yes, we do. It looks like we have 10 competitors announced so far. So 10
Wow.
of the 30.
Okay, yeah. Well, who's the 10 we got?
So we have Bailey, we have Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Naomi, Nia Jax, Charlotte Flair, Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Nile, Raquel Rodriguez, and Io Sky.
Not bad. That's not bad. A lot of big names, a lot of heavy hitters there. So
a lot of former champions.
A lot of former champions. Let me ask you this to start off with: any surprises at this women's Rumble match?
Any surprises? I hope so. I mean, but that's always the greedy wrestling fan in us, right? Like I think the biggest surprise is if they somehow. Okay, let me tell you a surprise I think fans would like to see and that I would like to see.
Okay.
AJ Lee.
I believe this is now more of a possibility of happen than it has been in years past, I will say. But I wouldn't be shocked if her music hits and Lucas Oil's going to explode if that's the case. Let me throw this out there. Oh, go ahead, my friend.
Oh no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Well, let me throw this out at you. One would probably anticipate there to be some surprises potentially outside of the WWE, considering the fact that WWE is now in a partnership with Total Nonstop Action Wrestling. Could we potentially see some TNA talent in the women's as well as the men's Rumble?
I think so. But then again, it's like we saw it last year, sort of, or yeah, we saw it last year. So I'll tell you one thing: I would freak out if Masha was in the Rumble.
That's one of my bold predictions on this one. I think Masha Slamovich is going to be in it because I think. Town. Yeah, we know she's in town. She got a busy weekend. But the way I look at it is this: it's I think Jordan Grace is going to be in it, regardless of what she's kind of saying that she's not. I believe this is going to be the debut for the main roster for one Jordan Grace. I think that'll be a big surprise, and then. You add that element of surprise in there with say you have Jordan who's cleared house, she's the only one in the ring, and next thing you know, the counter goes down, and Masha Slamovich is on her way out, and it's just like, oh shit. So we're getting a renewing of that rivalry. So,
But you also kind of had that last year, kind of like with Naomi and Jordan, because it was like Naomi was TNA champion, and then Jordan ended up beating her, and so it's like you have the champion, and then you had like, so like, would they repeat that? Like, I in some ways I hope they do, like just because like I want to see Masha in it. Um, I think that would be really cool. Um, I mean, but yeah, Jordan Grace is WWE bound, whether she debuts here or not. Um, see, I've gone back and forth on the Jordan Grace thing because I feel like it almost seems too predictable. So I'm almost like psyching myself out of like, okay, they're not going to do it here because it's too predictable.
well, that's the case. That could be the case, but
it's okay if it's predictable. It just has to make sense, right? That's what Hamlin says.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Wise words.
Yes. Also, another potential surprise. Could we finally be getting the return of the man, one Becky Lynch, who is rumored that she is back pretty much?
Oh, I think so. Speaking of returns as well, I think Jade Cargill returns as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think Jade will be in this, and I think we're going to get more of this story progressed along with Jade and Bianca and Naomi. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens there. But that being said, it's the Women's Royal Rumble match. I don't feel as sure about these Rumble picks as I did in previous years, because it just I don't know. It's just it's different. But that
with how it is, how can you like?
Yeah, but we got to pick a winner. Who do you think is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble match?
Who do I think is going to win the Women's Royal Rumble match? See, right now my champions are Tiffany Stratton and Rhea. Shadow, who do you think is going to win? Since you're being so nosy. So I could see Charlotte winning. I'm not saying that's my pick, but I could see that. I could also see people being mad about that. But I could see Becky winning.
Yeah.
I could see Bailey going back to back. I feel like that's more unlikely, but
somebody's going to do it at some point.
I'm thinking in my head.
Yeah, Shadow.
Shadow's very excited. I'm thinking in my head that I'm picking Becky because I think we can set up Becky and Rhea again. I think the goal for Mania, I feel like, is going to be, maybe this is just what I want to see. I also I want to see Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton.
That'd be good.
But I don't think Charlotte needs to win the Rumble to get there.
No, I don't think so.
So, yeah, I think if I was picking, I think I would say Becky Lynch, and I'm gonna say she's gonna come out at number 25.
Damn, we're going that deep. I don't know if I can tell you when she's coming out, but I do think she shows up and makes an impact.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah. Well, Yeah, like I say, I think at the end of the day, it just seems like everything is pointing towards bow down to the queen. I think Charlotte's going to win it. I just got this feeling.
See,
And then the real
I'm
question
not.
is going to be, who does she go after?
See, I'm not mad at that. See, the Charlotte pick would be interesting because she could literally choose either of them. She could choose a rematch of Rhea, or what I think is the dream match is Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton. Um, but and I know I've already made my pick, but like you could just very well see Liv win this, and you pick up Liv and Rhea again. Like it could happen.
Yeah,
Possible.
anything can
Especially with
happen in the.
her and Raquel working together, probably.
Yeah, that's a good point too, as well, and it's all about that luck of the draw too. But nonetheless, the women's Royal Rumble match is shaping up to be very interesting, very compelling. But that's not the only Royal Rumble match we got. Let's talk about the big one, the men's match. You talk about a loaded Royal Rumble match. It's insane the amount of Hall of Famers and people that are gonna be in this thing. B-roll, what is the list, the count we have on the men's match?
Okay. So I think we got a few more announced for the men's. I'll just run it down real quick. So we have John Cena. We have Roman Reigns. We have CM Punk. We have Seth freaking Rollins. We have Drew McIntyre. We have Sami Zayn. We have Shinsuke Nakamura, Logan Paul, Jey Uso, Penta, Braun Breaker, Chad Gable, Rey Mysterio.
Damn, that's a loaded one. This B-roll, this may be the most star-studded Royal Rumble.
I feel like it is. I mean,
Because I'm
listen to like the very first fight, like John Cena, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth freaking Rollins, Drew McIntyre. Any one of those could win it, and I think would be no one would balk at you like you're crazy of thinking that they're going to win the Rumble.
yeah, except for who you think's going to win, but yeah.
Mine wasn't listed.
Yeah,
Joe Hendry's going to win the Royal Rumble.
just gotta say his name.
And he appears.
And he appears. Yeah, man, that list is incredible. More to come too. Some surprises, I'm sure. Well, I think the elephant in the room is your pick, potentially. Just say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry. Is Joe Hendry in this thing?
I
mean, he
think
has
so.
to be right. He's winning it, right?
I think so. Now, this is our official prediction show, so I mean, I have gone across numerous of our programming and said Joe Hendry's winning the Royal Rumble. But
I've heard it many a times.
I mean, and I do believe.
Oh, I know you believe. The rest of America knows you believe, buddy.
But yeah, I think he's in the Rumble. To answer
I
that
do
question
too.
first, yes.
There was some controversy about the he would be working the Jericho Cruise this weekend, but now obviously he's officially been announced for WrestleCon in Indianapolis. So yeah, it's he's in it. I mean, come on, man. So another one I have is a surprise, is long overdue. He just so happens he's in Indianapolis as well. I just need, and I said this on our Learning the Ropes episode on Royal Rumble match moments. I need to hear Always Ready hit. and that
Mhm.
Lucas Oil just explode. I think Matt Cardona is the other potential big surprise you're going to have. I think Cardona and Hendry. I think if they make me pick one, I'm going
needs to
to
happen.
Hendry.
I think it needs to happen. I almost think it needs to happen more than the Joe Hendry. But okay, a couple others that I'm going to throw out there that could potentially happen, right? And I'll just throw them out there, and you tell me how you feel about it.
Okay.
Brock Lesnar.
Oh. I don't hate it. I'm just not like as enthralled.
I think it's too soon. As
You
sad
think
as
it's
it
too
sounds,
soon?
I think it's too soon. I think it may be too soon.
Well, and also too that they don't need him. You don't need him. There's still look how many people are in this damn thing. You don't need him.
Exactly. I think the perfect time for Brock to come back, and it's still a ways out there, but when they're hitting SummerSlam for Minneapolis, that's the perfect time for Brock to come back.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be.
How far down the road was that? I can't even remember. How far
Summers?
in Minneapolis? When are they going there?
August, right?
Is it this year?
Oh gosh. No, they're doing MetLife this year. Oh, so we still got another year. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be here before you know it, though.
Yeah. Okay, let me throw another one at you. Crap. Having a brain fart. Okay. Is Pat McAfee in this Rumble? Has to be,
Oh,
right?
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? In his hometown? Hell yeah, Pat McAfee's in this one. I think too. This is what I want to see, and this is maybe the greedy wrestling fan. I want to see Pat come out or something, and then I want to see Corey Graves cost him elimination or something, and it sets up to the anticipated match we've all wanted to see: Corey Graves and Pat McAfee at like a WrestleMania or something.
Yeah,
that's what I could see happening. Let me throw another name out here. Not just any name. He's the final boss. Is there any chance Rock is in this?
Nope, not a chance.
I wouldn't say no chance, but I would say no, he's not. I think a lot of people kind of wishing and hoping he is, but I just yeah, he's not going to be in it. I don't think. But if he
knows better than that. He knows better than to mess with Joe Hendry. Like he's scared of Joe Hendry.
Yeah, is that right? Sure. One thing we didn't mention in the ladies, but let's talk about it here. Any call ups, any NXT talent you think we're gonna see?
I would really like to see Obafemi in this and just have him like throw people out of the ring.
Yeah.
I would like to see like a Wesley or even like a Javon Evans. Like I'm thinking of like the super athletic guys that I think would be like cool to kind of see in it. Trying to think. Trick Williams would I could see him. Ethan Page, that would be nice. Which leads me to another point with Ethan Page. What if we get Josh Alexander a debut or crossover or whatever it is? What do you think about that?
I ain't mad at it. I mean, it could. It maybe. Um, do I? I'm gonna say, in my mind, I'm gonna say probably not. But I mean, it could. It's within the realm of possibility that the walking weapon could be in the Royal Rumble. Of course, nothing official yet, of course, but I wouldn't necessarily rule that out. Um, but it's a prediction show. We gotta give you our predictions. Who's walking out the winner of the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble?
Can I say one last thing
Sure.
as far as if, well, this isn't gonna make much sense though. If Brock Lesnar was to be in it though, I want it to somehow set up Lesnar and Gunther at WrestleMania. But that would also like mean that like Brock would have to win it. And I think that may be going too far, but I want Brock and Gunther in a match.
Oh, I think it's
So bad.
it's a WrestleMania matchup for sure. But I think I mean I truly believe going into this WrestleMania, I feel like the Ring General is going to be the champion. I don't foresee him dropping the belt anytime soon. So,
Right.
and I mean, he could easily go over on like a Lesnar or something at the Rumble at WrestleMania, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it could happen. But anything can happen in the WWE.
It's true.
But it's interesting because for me, I think it's. Or let me throw this at you. Do you have a Final Four in your head?
Do I have a Final Four in my head?
Yeah.
Like, yes and no. Joe Hendry.
Really? You're
I don't
sticking with
know.
your guns. All right.
No. Honestly, you want my tried and true Final Four?
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre.
Ah, okay. Um, you know what I find interesting about that too? You just played out a scenario for me there. Let's say that is the Final Four. Then what
Mm-hmm.
if you have a Roman, a Seth, and a Drew? They all look at each other and they kind of like, oh fuck this, and then they go after Punk.
Yep.
That could happen. I think. See, I feel like Cena is going to be in that Final Four for sure. I think it'd be Cena, Roman, Punk, and then I don't know. You can plug anybody you really want into that spot.
Yeah.
Drew would be pretty awesome. So
Yeah. See,
Seth
I
makes
think
sense.
I was gonna say like I think like if you just say the fifth, like my fifth would have been Cena. I think he possibly gets eliminated like right before it almost.
Well, let me say this:
Um,
whoever eliminates him is going to have massive heat on him. That's for damn sure.
Drew has to eliminate him.
I could see that. Drew is the ultimate villain in the WWE right now, so I could totally see that. Like I want to say Cena, so he ties the record with Austin as far as most Rumble wins.
Yeah.
And Punk has been on a roll, but it's hard to pick against the Tribal Chief, folks. So I think at the end of the day, I'm gonna say I think Roman wins this.
Yeah.
I can't see them going like I mean it could easily happen, but I just feel like Roman they're I think what we're getting into WrestleMania this year. I think it's Roman Cody. They're going to finish. We finished the story last year. This year, they're going to finish the trilogy. I think that's what they're looking at going into Mania. I think that's their marquee matchup. Is we're gonna put these guys head to head one last time.
Can I give you a prediction of who I want to win?
Sure.
And it's not Joe Hendry. Somebody besides Joe Hendry.
Oh, I was going to say I was waiting for Joe Hendry. Oh, that's a name we haven't really talked about. I would mark out. I think a lot of us would mark out if Jey Uso would walk out the winner of the Royal Rumble.
It would be.
I don't think it's going to happen, but man, what a moment!
It would be huge. But okay, realistic prediction. Who I think's going to win?
Yeah.
My champions right now are Cody and Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
I've said for the longest time, I feel like Drew's gonna win this, and I don't know why, but I'm going with Drew McIntyre.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I would be happy.
Would also be CM Punk.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just that's the beautiful thing about this, because if you think about it, in years past with Rumbles, even last year's, as great as it was, we all knew going into it, like, okay, it's got to be Cody's winning this thing, or it was between Cody and Punk last year. I mean, the year before that, it was like plain as day. Oh, they're going to go with Cody. But it's just, it's a very interesting Royal Rumble, because there's literally about 10 different paths we can go down for WrestleMania. And it's exciting. We're finally here for the moment, or finally here, WrestleMania season. And like, last year we had a good idea, like, okay, it's probably going to be Cody and Roman. This year we don't know. We have no idea.
Thought The Rock would show up and ruin it all.
Yeah. But nonetheless, it's exciting that the Rumble is coming to Indianapolis. We're so happy once again to be the host city for the Royal Rumble.
Can we say how excited we are that Penta's in this too? Like, that's pretty dope.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that too. Penta making his Royal Rumble debut. That's going to be awesome. I mean, the reactions to him so far have been incredible, and rightfully so. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what Penta does going into this Royal Rumble. But nonetheless, Royal Rumble is always one of the most exciting shows of the year, and it is going to be the first true reveal of okay, this is the path of what we're doing at WrestleMania. Cannot wait. And once again, like we say, we'll be there live Saturday. So excited to be there. My first Royal Rumble I've ever been a part of, so cannot wait to see it. Do you have any closing words for our audience as we get ready for this Royal Rumble?
I do indeed, and let me just say, I plan to try to be there as well. I'm gonna do something I haven't ever done before. I'm gonna try to walk into Indianapolis, Indiana, on Saturday and get a ticket. I'm trying the trick of you see all these people saying they go day of and they get these cheap tickets that are awesome. I'm gonna find out if they are full of crap or not.
And if they are, then Mr. B-Roll is going to be ready to rumble.
Yeah, it's true. I'm going to document the whole thing. I think that way I can call people out on it if it ain't the truth. So, but yes, my last parting words of wisdom, kids, let's get ready to rumble and say his name, and he appears. And I believe in Joe Hendry. And Joe Hendry is going to win the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble.
Well,
despite what I
we're
said
gonna
previously.
we're gonna find out. So. Well, nonetheless, that is gonna wrap it up for our Royal Rumble 2025 prediction show. And of course, please don't forget to like and subscribe. But we are ready to rumble, baby. We are ready for the Royal Rumble. We'll see you Saturday in Indy.